All right, we're going to focus on growth and development in Bellevue, the third biggest city in the state of Nebraska, and famous for being the first city in the state, famous for the Air Force Base and a lot of other things. And we have a couple of famous people with us, the mayor of Bellevue, Rusty Hike, and city administrator Jim Ristow. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yep. Thanks for having us, Jeff and Trent. Appreciate it. Love talking about Bellevue.
Well, yeah, and Bellevue's really been doing great lately. A lot of things on the horizon. The last census showed quite a bit of population growth. But we do have a couple of topics that Trent and I want to talk to you about today. And the first one is I see a lot of infrastructure growth going on in the area. How would you say that some of this infrastructure tied to Offutt Air Force Base is going to come around? We talked earlier about how Turner Construction, one of our sponsors, is doing hundreds of millions of dollars worth of projects in that area. Kind of give us an overview of what's on the infrastructure front.
Okay, so big thing is Sarpy County is completing their plans on the sewer system, the South Sarpy sewer system. That's about a $200 million project that runs across the southern part of Sarpy all the way across the county. Right now, it's pretty much done from 72nd Street to the Missouri River, so they're about ready to turn that on. I think by the end of the year, that'll be turned on. So with that infrastructure, that has created a lot of interest in our Highway 34 corridor. We found out that we've getting all these calls now, which is a good thing, but we also have to bring water in, so we budgeted $18 million for a water system to bring water in along with the sewer. So we are definitely shovel ready for a lot of projects to come into Bellevue, and we're talking to quite a few of them now.
So that's been a huge thing the last 5-7 years about how do we get sewer to that watershed in Sarpy County. Is Bellevue the east portion of Sarpy County? Is that the first to go live?
Actually, the plan was to bring all the county in at one time. With the rising costs and everything, we kind of got stuck finishing the whole thing at once, so we phased it in. That 72nd to the river is that's what we're completing right now, and then we'll continue on all the way out to Gretna. So a huge project, and there's challenges with the economy that we're dealing with right now. So.
But big game changer, because especially industrial growth, but all growth, where that watershed line goes, it's like, what is it, 40% or 50% of Sarpy County that will be
70% is
70 will be
undevelopable right now. So.
Okay, so that 70%, folks, of Sarpy County will be developable that hasn't been developable just because they needed sewer and water. So if you want to see where industrial and residential and commercial growth is going to happen, there's a good indication that is. And then the other part that we'll talk more about later is the Platteview Road Expressway. If you imagine where Highway 34 goes into I-29, correct? And all the way to about where the outlet mall is in Gretna, that'll be a 4-lane divided highway that alleviates truck traffic through I-80 in the city of Omaha.
Yeah, that road system's very important just to get traffic through the metro area without a bunch of stop signs and everything. Just giving us really good access. I was on the county board back in 2008, and we've been working on that road since then, and now we're getting a little bit of traction on it. So it does take a while on these big projects, but it's going to get done, and the county is on top of it right now, and I think you're going to see a lot of they have some initial plans. I think you're going to see those released to the public here pretty soon.
What's the timeline for that approximately?
Don't think they have the timeline set out. Money is the issue on that one. The sewer system was $200 million. I think you're probably to make that road all the way out to Flying J. I've heard numbers, over $500 million. So that's a big project. Hopefully, one of the thoughts is maybe turning Highway 370 over to the municipalities and letting the state take that over so we can fund that a little more easy.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about downtown Bellevue, the area around Mission Avenue. Later in the show, we're going to bring on a couple other folks to talk to us about a very cool development in the middle of downtown Bellevue. But we've always called downtown Bellevue Old Town, and sounds like there's some new naming and branding that's coming into that part of town.
So we've part of that branding is to name it the Frontier District. It kind of goes to our history. It's the first frontier, first city. So that's moniker on that's going to be the Frontier District as a starter. But for us, it's a kind of a revitalization. You'll hear Rusty talk about 30 years ago the number of shops and stores that were down there, and that's kind of the movement that we're looking to restore to Old Town, which you'll hear more from the next guests. But our investment as a city is to improve the infrastructure, the streetscape. I think we've got a couple million invested from the sewer side and another couple million on the streetscape to narrow that street down, make it more walkable and a little more enjoyable for the people that come through there. But you further that along that whole corridor, along with Offutt, their Old Town Gate. Along with the federal side, we've got some grant money that's been allocated and city money that is to improve that gate, which will open up that corridor even more. One of the things is the lunch traffic that comes off of Offutt to feed into the Old Town with that gate improvement and in staying open longer than it is now. But so quite a bit of investment going into that area, for what we see as a future development down there.
So we're talking about Old Town, soon to be the Frontier District. It's historic. It's fun to go down there. It was one of my favorite jewelers.
Still there.
It's what's the name of it?
Irwin's.
Irwin's,
Yep.
yeah. And they had some Peggy Carr glass, the Omaha skyline. It was really cool. I bought a bunch of those for clients and everything, and it's an awesome place. But how do you get traffic in the competitive world of entertainment and retail? And Bellevue is kind of, if you will, the corner of the metro. So how do you make it unique enough so you get large quantities of people from the rest of Omaha metro area to come down there?
Yeah, that's back in as late as the 70s, Mission Avenue, right in the heart of the new Frontier District, had two grocery stores, two hardware stores, a movie theater, a bowling alley, a drugstore, a department store, all on Mission Avenue. None of that is there today. There's a couple of those items, a couple restaurants, and the movie theater turned into a production theater. But all the people are still there without those services. So our goal is
they're just older.
Yeah, they're older, and they me.
No, the same people that were there in the 70s.
So, but anyway, what I'm saying is there's 10,000 people within 3-minute drive time of Franklin and Mission Avenue. Those people are still there, but they lost the services. We've got a Quick Shop down there that has grocery carts in it. How many grocery carts do you see at a Quick Shop? So that area is underserved.
So I know it'll be marketing and branding and getting unique, and we'll get into the next segment as well. But are you talking about doing some entertainment things as well as doing the services to keep people local?
Yeah, Bellevue's got the river down there. A lot of places would love a riverfront, so we're working on American Heroes Park down there, which is already a destination for a lot of people. Great lake with a walking trail around it. We're putting an amphitheater in there this next year with a lot more plans as far as a children's park, a lookout tower. Across the road in the old Hayworth Park, Bellevue University is putting in their soccer fields and softball fields, so they're making a sports complex down there. So there's a lot of investment just 4 blocks east of the Mission Avenue.
So another minute with Mayor Rusty Hike and City Administrator Jim Ristow of Bellevue. And guys, when we look forward to what's to come, what's the vision? What do you see the city looking like 5 to 10 years from now? Where's Bellevue going?
Well, one of our goals was to diversify Bellevue. It was always said that I don't want to laugh at it, but it was why come to Bellevue? What's there to do in Bellevue? And one of the comments was, well, there's Offutt. Well, you can drive by it, but you can't get on it. So it was to diversify it. So as we look outwards from making some of those attractions not in Old Town, But we also have an entertainment district that we're working on out on the Highway 34 or 75 corridor, along with a high-tech park that's going to go right across from that. So all those things will kind of be the game changer for Bellevue as, to diversify the economy, bring other jobs in. While we're very appreciative and reliant on Offutt as one of the biggest players in the state, Bellevue's got to look at ways to diversify and add more to it and kind of solve that question, why come to Bellevue? And that's one of the keys with this entertainment district would be one of those major features that would attract people from over 200 miles away. So.
Well, gentlemen, we appreciate you coming onto the show and giving us an update and continued success to both of you and your colleagues in Bellevue.
Glad you had us. So.
Yep, appreciate it.
That's Mayor Rusty Hike and City Administrator Jim Ristow from Bellevue.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.